lightning as well?
She's photogenic.
Right, okay, let's kill the opening. Okay, there. Don't bother with that, Tim. The punchline, it's all gone now. It's all gone.
Okay.
We've been sabotaged by gremlins.
That great
Namely,
joke.
Sonny. I'm not surprised because this morning's special guest, thank you very much. This morning's special guest is among the finest and most respected directors the movie world has ever known. The man responsible for Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, Mars Attacks, Batman Returns, and Ed Wood, amongst others. Would you please welcome Gothmeister Tim Burton, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome to the house. Remember also, Tim did some original artwork for us that is still up for grabs. Write to us at the usual address, telling us of an occasion you last lost your head in not less than 100 words. In not more than 100 words. Write 1,000 words. Then 20 laps, hit the showers. Many of your films are based on children's stories or characters, and yet you still manage to make them quite dark. Why is that, and how is that?
Well, I always thought that childhood, at least in mine, was quite dark. It felt...
You're quite a dark childhood, did you?
Well, no. I mean, I think childhood is can be a dark time, but I always liked monster movies, and I liked those kind of things because it always made me feel lighter somehow. I'm not quite sure why.
Didn't you grow up near where all the sort of horrors originally made? Where did you...
In Burbank, California?
Yeah.
Yeah, right near Universal Studios, where I used to climb over the walls sometimes and watch them shooting the $6 Million Man and things like that.
Wow, that's a horror.
That was, yeah,
Right
seeing
now,
Lee Majors in person was quite scary.
That's horrendous.
Yeah.
Never mind Oscar Goldman. Anyway, with his grad brown shades. Sorry. Now, Sleepy Hollow, your new film, has been described as a fairy tale horror and is itself based upon a classic American horror story. Can you just tell us briefly what it's about?
It's about a guy with a head versus a guy with no head.
Nice. But it's actually based on one of the true kind of American
Yeah, it was like
myths,
an early
isn't it?
American horror story about a guy upstate New York who goes and has an encounter with a Headless Horseman. But so it's one of the few early American horror stories, but there was talk that it was ripped off from a German horror story. So like all great Americans, we like to take things from other other
rip
countries.
off the Germans, you're good, mate, I tell you. We've never managed that. Do you know what? Let's see for ourselves some of the action. Here we go.
Now, I will need to ask you many questions.
Their heads were not found severed. Their heads were not found at all.
Okay, now the film was shot mainly...
There they are.
Yeah, there they are, right there. You shot this in England
Yes.
with mainly English actors, which is nice to see.
Yes.
What do you like about working over here? What's so good about it?
They're great. I mean, there's great artists here. There's great set painters, great actors. I mean, it's just a real wealth of talent here. And
Is it really? Or are you just saying that because you're over here?
well, no, it is because they're great. They're like, you know, the actors are, performing on the West End at night, and then we'd be dragging them through the mud and leaves during the day.
Nice. They love that, don't they? Mind you, they do that anyway in the day. It also stars Johnny Depp, who you consistently do films with. What do you like about working with Johnny Depp? What do you see as his strengths?
Well, he just likes to be do different things each time, and that's something I like with actors. They like to transform people that don't like to do the same thing each time, and he likes to become characters, and I like to see somebody change from film to film, which he does.
I also quite admire the way that he hasn't quite sold out to what I would think Hollywood would want him to do.
Yeah, well, in fact, he likes to go the other way,
Yeah.
I mean, he likes to really become a character and try different things, and that's exciting to me.
Okay, now, your last two films, Mars Attacks and Ed Wood, obviously also with Johnny Depp, couldn't have been more different and got vastly different reviews. How do you gauge your own success?
I just try
Do you
not
go
to
by box
listen to
office, what the critics say, or your own satisfaction in something?
Just you try to do something that you like to do, and then hopefully a few people like it. If somebody comes up to you on the street and says they liked it, that's the most meaningful. I try not to look too much at the positive or negative reviews, and just try to do what you like to do.
But do bad critics really get you down?
No, because I've always gotten bad reviews. I get some good, get some bad, so it all evens out.
Is there any critic you take seriously? When if it comes from them, that's like that's bad. That's a bad.
No, I mean, no.
No, not at all.
No. My dog.
Okay. Can I say one other question, just for my own? You did the first two Batman films, didn't you? Mm-hmm. What do you think of the way Batman's gone since then? Because I thought yours had that nice kind of darkness and that sort of the dark side to him, which they've really lost. How do you think they've taken on the Batman franchise from you?
Well, they went from that, and then I think they decided to move it into sort of the ice capades realm.
Yeah.
Sort of became into sort of an ice show. Sort of like this in a way. I thought I was walking onto the new set of the new Batman movie. I don't know. It's just strange when you work on something and then it moves on into other ways. It just seems strange to me.
I've got to say, they're not as good without him, don't you think? Seriously, don't you think they're pretty weak and tame without him? I do, especially as he's my guest this morning. OK, Tim, once again, we've pulled out all the stops. We've spared no expense to bring you another of our classic celebrity games, ladies and gentlemen. Brace yourself, Tim Burton, as we play Gone for a Burton. In a moment, Tim, the spooky-looking headless horseman over there, will ride across this plain before you. As it does, I will begin to give you cryptic clues about the actors and actresses who've gone for a Burton. Which in Britain actually means died, but it doesn't mean that, it means appeared in your films. You have until the Headless Horseman... Nice. You have until the Headless Horseman goes all the way across the plain to guess as many of them as possible. Tim, is that clear?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Sort of vaguely.
Yes.
OK. The Headless Horseman shall ride!
Ooh.
There it goes. OK. Clues are on separate cards. Here we go. First one. Born Michael Douglas, this actor worked the night shift before going gun-ho.
Michael Keaton.
Correct. This former Miss Orange County was known only as the... Has the Headless Horseman fallen off? OK. This former Miss Orange County was known only as the Bombshell for a while before one
Michelle
fine day...
Pfeiffer.
Yes. This former pupil of the Wilfrid Academy of Hair and Beauty Culture also flew over the cuckoo's nest and was for a while a
Jack
ruthless person. No, Danny DeVito. Oh. Named after her birthplace, this actress got off lightly when you consider that her siblings were called Yuri, Sun Yat and Jubal. She's appeared in movies as the love interest of people including Dracula and Kenneth Branagh and befriended a couple of ghosts in an early movie.
Winona Ryder.
Right. During her career, this actress bought and later sold a small town in Georgia, had a fling with the
Kim
artist...
Basinger.
Yes. This former kid had a nightmare on Elm Street and experienced
Johnny
fear
Depp.
and loathing in... Yes, and that's the end.
Did I get them
Headless
all?
Horseman.
Oh, no, I didn't get them all.
The Headless Horseman has ridden across the plain. Does he win anything for that?
What do I get? I
No,
don't get anything?
but it was a lot of fun. There we go. It's better than an interview and twice as shallow. Do you know what, Tim Burton, thank you very much for coming down here. Tim Burton, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that Headless Horseman game's a real winner, isn't it? Do you know what, we're back in a couple of seconds.